Thanks for joining us on another edition of The Rundown. I'm Jason Madison. William Penn's women's golf team got back in action in its first event of the spring. Not only are the Statesmen ranked 23rd in the country, they also kicked off their spring campaign this week in winning fashion. The Rundown's Eduardo Zamarripa has more.
New year, same goal. Win conference, go to nationals.
We don't necessarily say, hey, we want to do what we did last year. We want to get back to the national tournament. That's the goal.
William Penn kicked off its spring campaign this week by dominating the Iowa Intercollegiate Championship at the Preserve Golf Course in Moravia.
The second day, the conditions were a bit harsh. It was pretty cold for everybody, but our team still pulled through.
Yang finished 5th on the day as the Statesmen braced the cold and finished out the two-day invitational with a total score of 634, easily taking the crown by 26 strokes over Truman State. Senior Maggie Yang and junior Demi Coertze paced William Penn in the win. Coertze finished tied for 3rd at 158 strokes. Maggie Yang finished 1st individually with a score of 155.
The last day I knew that was, the last time I was going to play on that golf course, so it was kind of cool. We worked pretty hard, so it just shows that hard work pays off.
The Statesmen couldn't ask for a better start to the spring season, but after its recent success, the women's golf squad has higher aspirations than just winning an invitational.
We worked harder than ever, so hopefully what we do this spring can prepare us for our conference.
Last year, William Penn won the Midwest Collegiate Conference and finished 15th at Nationals. This year, they're not getting ahead of themselves.
We don't necessarily talk about conference. We don't talk about nationals that often. It's just taking everything a day at a time.
For The Rundown, I'm Eduardo Zamarripa.
Up next for the Statesmen is the William Woods Invitational in Missouri on March 30th and 31st. They'll hope to make it 2 for 2 so far this spring. Women's golf wasn't the only squad this past week torching the links. William Penn men's golf also got its spring season off on the right foot. The Statesmen took home first place in the Iowa Intercollegiate Championships at the Preserve Golf Course in Moravia, Iowa. William Penn fielded 3 different teams and competed against Central Methodist from Missouri in a limited field. Still, William Penn took home the crown with a 2-day score of 607. In his first event as a Statesman, junior Spencer Skipper led the team with an even par score of 144. Also leading the way were freshmen Gareth Sargent and Frederick Lunsgart, both tying for 2nd place with a total score of 147. The Statesmen will be back in action on March 27th and 28th for the Graceland Invitational in Maryville, Missouri. William Penn University will be back on the hunt for a new head men's soccer coach this summer and spring. Penn Athletic Director Greg Hafner announced the resignation of Rafael Martinez last week. Martinez is taking over Midland University's program this fall. Martinez led the Statesmen with 2 seasons, owning a 17, 15, and 6 mark, including a 3-5-4 record in the Midwest Collegiate Conference. Martinez earned the interim head coaching job right before the start of the 2013 season. That year, William Penn earned its first winning season in 10 years, and the Statesmen came 1 win shy of tying the school record for wins in a single season. After the successful 10-8-2 season, Martinez was given the head coaching nod. The following year, he led William Penn to the program's highest finish in nearly a decade, placing 3rd in the regular season standings. Martinez is now heading to Nebraska to take over a Midland University men's soccer team that has posted 53, 25, and 6 record over the past 4 seasons. That program has advanced to the Great Plains Athletic Conference postseason championship game in each of those years. It's good to finally be home, at least for William Penn baseball. 20 games into the season with a 10-10 record, the Statesmen still had not played at home a home game yet, but that changed this week. William Penn hosted a doubleheader with Viterbo in the conference opener on Wednesday. The Statesmen didn't disappoint, sweeping the V-Hawks on the first game. Senior Josh Ruiz was 1 out shy of a complete game shutout to lead the Statesmen to a 2-0 win. On the second game, senior Kenny Hall went 2 for 3 and brought home the game-winning run at the bottom of the 6th to claim a 4-3 win. William Penn is now 12-10 on the year and 2-0 in MCC action. The Statesmen will continue its 8-game homestead on March 28th and March 29th when they host Clark. Also hosting a doubleheader Wednesday was the William Penn softball team. The Statesmen were facing Ashford. Penn was looking to gain some confidence after a rough weekend at home. WP dropped 3 of 4 games Friday and Saturday to fall to 4-13 on the year. With that record in the rear view, the Navy and Gold were nearly shut out in the first game when the Statesmen were down 5-zip. That changed when freshman Cheyenne Coco belted a left field homer in the bottom of the 7th. That is Coco's 3rd homer of the year as she leads Penn in the home run category. Unfortunately, it was too little, too late as Penn fell 5-1. The second outing for the Navy and Gold had a better ending. The Statesmen just had to rally from being down 5-4. Not a big deal, right? In the bottom of the 7th, with runners on 2nd and 3rd, freshman Taylor Vernon came up big. Vernon, who was 0 for 3 at bat Wednesday, finally connected with the ball and drove in the tying run and the eventual game winner. William Penn will be back in action this Sunday, March 27th, hosting conference foe Viterbo at 1 p.m. It's springtime, but it sure doesn't feel like it. Braving the chilly temps this weekend are the William Penn Tracksters. WP's men and women will bundle up for the Grandview Invitational in Des Moines this Saturday, March 27th. It is Penn's first outdoor meet of the season. This year's NAI Division II men's basketball All-American team has been selected, and William Penn's Alex Schwab made the cut. Schwab collected honorable mention. The senior is one of 25 players to be honored. Schwab is the 15th All-American in school history and the 12th under current coach John Henry. The senior led the Navy and Gold with 22.4 points per game, including 5 30-point efforts. Schwab led all of the NAI Division II with his 113 three-pointers, was second with 3.53 trifectas per game, 5th in total scoring, and 7th in scoring average. Schwab racked up 717 points this season, ranking him 2nd best all time in program history for points scored in one year. Schwab also scored double figures in all of Penn's 32 games. The departing senior also had 5.8 rebounds per game in addition to 53 steals, 45 assists, and 3 blocks. In just 2 years, Schwab reached number 10 on the career scoring list with 1,276 points. A total of 55 players, including 3 others from the Midwest Collegiate Conference, received some form of national recognition. Penn closed out the season 20-12 and came up 1 win shy of returning to nationals for the 4th year in a row. Good luck this week to all our athletes in the area, and thank you for joining us on another edition of The Rundown. I'm Jason Madison. See you next time.